Games, and more games. Today, guys, we got a ton of free games you can play right now on your Oculus Quest 2 and Meta Quest 3. From dodging ninjas to remakes of classics, this list has it all. We're not going to mess around. Let's do this. Let's go. So first up then, we have Sustain Quest VR. Now, have you ever wanted to play a game where you were picking up trash? No, me neither. Well, unless they make a Captain Planet VR game. Shout out to Captain Planet. But that's what Sustain Quest VR is. It's a multiplayer virtual reality game that promotes sustainability and teaches how small actions can have a big impact on the planet. Hopefully, they'll pick up my gaming skills. Next up then is Brit Shader. Now this game is a rhythm game, once again, where you punch objects to the beat and dodge incoming attacks while aiming for the high score in a feudal Japan setting. Oh, and there is ninjas who also try to attack you. I mean, that's really it, and to be fair, ninjas are good because I have never actually seen one. So next up then is Fragmans. Now Fragmans is a VR game set in the 80s in a teenager's bedroom that's floating in space, and players use a vintage Macintosh computer and floppy disk to enter a mesmerizing realm of virtual puzzles. They must piece together fragments of objects and creatures from the past, with loads of challenges unfolding and a nostalgic story as players unravel mysteries, engaging their senses to assemble the past piece by piece. But can it help me put the fragments of my life back together? Next up then is Kinderspellen VR. Sorry to all my Dutch fans if I did not pronounce that correctly. This is a VR experience where you dive into the masterpiece of the famous Dutch painter Pieter Bruegel de Oude. Once again, sorry if I mispronounced that. There's nothing else to say about this, so let's get on to the next one. Next up then is Slip and Frag. Now this is a port of the game Quake by ID Software. Its dual purpose is to offer an authentic Quake gaming experience as identical as possible to the 1996 DOS version, with low resolution textures, low polygon environments, and sharp edged creatures, complete with large white or brown letter messages. Additionally, the engine is designed to run on modern operating systems and devices like the Meta Quest 2 and 3. So next up then is Star Legacy, which is in demo. It's a VR shooting game with monster wave roguelike elements featuring multiple planets to conquer, each offering a unique environment. You have a diverse range of characters, each providing distinct gaming experiences, and you can customize your gameplay with a variety of weapons, each with a unique control mechanic and immersive audio-visual feedback. Next up then is Lono. This is a VR music visualizer that turns your favorite tune to a colorful visual spectacle. There is a dynamic particle system that captivates lines that dances in real time to your music, and you can use your personal music collection by placing songs into the music folder. And future updates are aiming to include Spotify, YouTube Music, and other music apps. Next then is Escape from VR Nightmare Chainsaw Park. This is a VR horror game where players must explore an unsettling amusement park where you solve puzzles and activate generators to survive and break free from a chainsaw wielding monster. The game presents a chilling atmosphere with unspeakable horrors concealed in an eerie fog that challenges players to navigate and confront fear at every corner, where the ultimate goal is to secure escape by activating crucial generators scattered throughout the Forsaken Park. So next up is the One Man Army War demo. This is a virtual reality action game designed to challenge players' reflexes and strategic thinking. The game aims to redefine the gaming experience, where players can expect adventures, intense battles, landscapes, and skill testing challenges as they engage in action-packed virtual reality games. So next up then is Vanguard VR. This is a sci-fi VR bullet hell shooter game that rekindles the thrills of 90s coin co-op arcades. They recreate a unique gameplay feel of classic bullet hell arcade titles. This game aims to become the new obsession for fans of shoot 'em up legends. With a recent launch demo, the developers are actively seeking feedback and are dedicated to expanding the game with more levels and features in the future. Next then is the Backrooms Out of Reality. Now, this is another Backrooms VR game based on the Backrooms, which is a type of game we've seen a lot of in the past and we'll probably see a lot more of in the future, so it doesn't really need explaining. Next up then is GorillaZilla Maximum Rampage. Now this is a mixed reality kaiju game that lets you unleash chaos in your living room, turning it into a battleground. Experience being a raging monster attacked by humanity in this demo game. So next up then is Strayed. Strayed is a multiplayer VR survival game focusing on player versus player interactions in an open world setting. Players explore randomly generated islands, abandoned structures, and vast wilderness areas to gather resources for survival. However, with numerous other online players pursuing the same goal, competition is constant, and the game enables players to construct and expand bases using gathered materials like wood, stone, and metal. The next then is Smash Rooms VR. This offers a virtual reality rage room experience, allowing users to release pent-up frustration and anger. Kinda like how I feel when I read the YouTube's comment section somehow. Step into a world offering various maps and weapons to facilitate venting and stress relief in an exhilarating manner, suitable for bad days or moments of frustration. Next up then is The Long Goodbye Chapter 2. Now this is a short horror experience in VR format where players assume the role of an elderly woman reawakening in an operation room after her death. Now this might sound familiar because we covered the first part in the previous video, and this has got a little bit more meat to the bone. The goal is to navigate this unfamiliar afterlife as you find yourself trapped in a reoccurring loop, facing an ominous presence each time. Next up then is Complex. Now this is a dungeon crawler featuring guns and objectives where players assume the role of an agent infiltrating a secret complex where a terrorist organization holds hostages for experiments, and the mission involves destroying terrorists, obtaining keycards, and ultimately rescuing the hostages. The game currently offers 20 levels with a possibility of more if desired. Next then is Five Nights No Escape Demo. Now this is pretty obvious what this is based off, and the game itself sounds exactly like Five Nights at Freddy's. It is a horror game where you must survive animatronics. I don't really need to say anymore because we've seen this before. Let's get on to the next one. Next then is GBT Cafe, which is an AI VR social chat where you engage with Rosa, an AI-driven character designed for natural conversation while virtually serving in the enchanting GBT Cafe. Next up then is Tic Tac Toe VR. Now this shouldn't need any introduction. This claims to be the first ever Tic Tac Toe virtual reality experience, integrating hand tracking and mixed reality pass-through technology, where you can challenge yourself against 3 levels of AI opponents in this immersive setting. Next up then is Project Virtual Eden. Now this is a sneak peek of a game based around a post-apocalyptic survival experience against dominating robots. Players scavenge for resources including lights, weapons, food and armor to endure or confront the hostile robot forces. The ongoing development offers an interactive environment allowing climbing, looting, resource collection and crafting, though it's currently just a tech demo. Next then is Pebble Graphics. Now this introduces an experimental 3D visual and interactive programming system within virtual reality. It allows users to create geometric patterns and shapes by controlling Pebbles the dog using simple commands. That is effectively a learning tool combined with a little bit of a gaming experience that is used to help you learn programming. So guys, the video is over. What are you still doing here? Tell you what, seeing as you are, check out this video here on how to install SideQuest without the PC and without the wire. That's a very important video if you like free games. And this one, don't know what it is yet, but thanks for watching.